Welcome to the Yeah Come On Show with Southside Steve.
Yeah, come on. I got to tell you, man, this job search thing is getting crazy. I already had a bite, but it's not for like a full-time job, which is kind of what I'm looking for, just to see if there's a perfect one out there that gives me benefits and some place to be. Kind of like you. You got a day job.
Wait, was this from yesterday's show? Did you already get hit up by somebody?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a camping lot, and it's awesome. My brother got a camper from them. It's called Camp Right, and RITE, and it's in Loganville. And
Loganville?
Loganville.
Where's Loganville?
I know, boy.
Is it affiliated with Maxi Price?
No, that is so funny. Yeah. Jeff just went 1970s on
No.
you.
No,
80s?
No, it's 90s. That's like...
Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah, mid-90s, for sure.
Really?
I know that commercial was on in 1994.
All right, Loganville had blown up a little bit by then, but I do remember as a kid, "Where's Loganville" was the tagline, and it's from Maxi Price, who sold Chevrolets, primarily Corvettes. I mean, he was a big Corvette guy, and he would go, "Oh no, these prices are chasing me," and he would shuffle because Maxi was an older guy. And I'd passed Maxi Price. My brother ended up living probably 2 miles down the road from Maxi Price. On the left, and then you go down another road to a subdivision. But Loganville's blowing up, and this is off of Georgia 20, like headed towards Conyers.
Interstate 20?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Conyers.
Not interstate, it's Georgia 20,
Okay.
which it will cross the interstate, but it's like between Loganville and Conyers, closer to Loganville.
Okay.
And it's really cool. They got a huge lot. Then they're going to do some other bigger things. They got a huge inventory, like over like $4 or $5 million worth of RVs, and then they also have like 300 on the lot, and they were thinking maybe I could be like the guy that comes out and goes, "Hey, check this one out."
For a commercial, not to be a salesman,
No,
or
no.
pitchman,
A pitch.
Southside Steve pitchman, because I'm sure there's a lot of people in that area that know you from all the radio days.
Yeah,
So you do have name recognition,
right
there for sure.
And I love campers. My parents owned one, and we used to camp in it. Both my brothers, one brother's owned two, and the other one, and they're all like fifth wheels. And my diesel truck, can pull a fifth wheel. I haven't gotten one, but who knows? The wife thinks that if I don't get a job soon, we're going to have to put a for sale sign in the house, and who knows? We may have to live in a fifth wheel. You can live in these things.
Yeah,
you can. There's a lot of people. Matter of fact, a neighbor in Amanda's parents' fancy neighborhood. Oof. They were in the cul-de-sac. Kids all got out of college, and they're like, "Man, we want to see the world. We're tired of the brick and mortar. We're tired of taxes. We're tired of lawn guys." And I'm like, "All right." And they literally got rid of 95% of everything they owned to live in an RV. They put some things that they want to keep just in case they find themselves back in a house. So they got a real good deal on one of those storage units, but they're traveling the world. They did this 3 years ago, and they're loving their life.
well, because they probably have millions of dollars. They've got a safety net. They're not having to survive.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Lost in America. Did you know the Albert Brooks movie?
Mm-hmm.
Except his wife lost everything in Vegas. They were going to drop out of society.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great movie.
I have not seen that, but I know what you're talking about.
Oh, wow.
I have not. But no, the RV life is a real life. I know some people that travel as salespeople. I've got another buddy. His parents always had one of those nice ones, that pull up and go,
Yeah.
and they're huge, and they carry the dogs with them. And I've seen them where the cars are up under them. There's all different types.
So this place is like a camping world, but an independent camping.
Yeah, we
world.
will not speak of Camping World.
Yeah.
If I end up working for Camp Right, we don't talk about anybody.
No
else.
more. Yeah, no more Camping World.
No.
But if you do this, will you tag it with "Where's Loganville"? When you do the commercial?
I mean, I want
Please,
to.
please, you have to.
Is that copyright infringement?
I don't think so.
Because I've got, come on, does Maxi Price have Where's Loganville? I don't know. It's a question that needs to be answered.
I think it's one of those things you ask for forgiveness, not permission. You should just do it. That should be your thing. You should end it with, "Yeah, come on, where's Loganville?" or whatever, vice versa.
I'll talk to him because the history's there as a native Georgian. But no, I believe in the life, and it's actually something cool. I do Nissans as far as vehicles, but campers, man, I love them. I would love to get the wife into that and get the kids camping. Some people think it's not camping because you're not in a tent.
Well, glamping is the term they use today.
But I like that better. I want to pull in and have power, a shower, and then I can sit out in my chair in nature, but I don't have to put up a tent and worry about mosquitoes.
Yeah, that's definitely more in my speed when it comes to camping is having an inside thing and not the tent thing.
And they're heated. If you have a fire, it's because you wanted one for the look, not to cook on and stay warm. You've got a heated vehicle or air conditioned, which is even better. I can put on enough clothes to stay warm, but I can't take off enough to get cool. So I dig it. I dig that. That's my kind of camping. So there it is. It is now on LinkedIn. I put it on LinkedIn this morning, the video. Is it needy? Am I looking like a guy that's going, oh, please give me a job? But it's really the wife that's pushing me to do this. I'm fine with what I do. And I think there's a resurgence. Two guys born and raised in Atlanta. I am a phoenix, man, rising from the ashes. People don't realize. I watched a history show because, I don't know, nobody was around me and I was able to do it. Sherman burnt everything in 1864 or 5. Burned it to the ground. So underground Atlanta is a real thing. I mean, there was nothing left. We are a rebuilt city. So right now, with radio, us doing a 4-hour radio show in 30 minutes, unedited, I think is perfect. And you know what? If we get a terrestrial radio gig, I'm open to it.
Or we get this thing blowing up and get this going viral.
Or this gets going viral.
It becomes a podcast to be, or I'm sorry, a show. Oh, wrong word. A show to be contended with.
I hate the word podcast. It makes me think of amateur.
Yeah.
I've been behind a mic too long.
Right.
I've used mic technique. I've seen a million faces and rocked them all. Thanks, Bon Jovi. Really appreciate that line. I've met as many A actors as I have just C actors.
And for lack of a better term, mentally challenged people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys had the regular guys had their own sort of whack pack.
We did. I've been around some of the oddest interns ever. People that definitely have mental issues, and we grabbed them for their creativity. We weren't mean to them. I wasn't mean to the homeless. They were a big part of my creativity for a long time. Gave them money. Hell, I was like the most well-known guy in Woodruff Park. Southside, you got $1? I'll do one of those radio things. I'm like, you're cool. Well, yeah, next time. Next time. Oh, God. Having to explain that to people. But no, I think this is a good thing. And this camp right thing would just be a feather in my cap. But obviously, I would talk about them. Obviously, it would be huge. And it's television of some sort, whether it's actually on cable TV, or it's just on YouTube.
Or social media.
That's
where you see them all the time now anyway.
We could do some shorts. Yep. Imagine me doing that. I think I'm the perfect age because I'm too young to retire, but I'm good enough that this is maybe the life I want. It's kind of like guys that buy a Harley later in life or a sports car or a camper. You're like, I can enjoy life now. I'm not in the grind as much.
Yeah. So you're a perfect spokesman for Camp Right.
I think so too.
It's a great that's good to have a bite after just the one day of us talking about it on the Come On show.
And in my daily planner, which I'm still old school, but I also have it in my phone. I've got to call, balance, and get some of the gray out, just a little bit of gray. But then I'm like, maybe Camp Right wants me to leave some gray in.
Yeah,
I got to talk to him. So I'll be out there today in Loganville doing that. I will probably pass our old stomping grounds where I have done a million gigs, and that would be East Side Station. And who knows, maybe I'll go see my brother. He's a Loganville fireman. This could be a big day for me.
Big day.
Yeah, but hey, I still need a job. I need a daily. I need something with benefits. That's what the wife wants. That's why I'm on LinkedIn. And I just said, let me do it my way, and I'll try. I started looking at the gigs for you and I, because we're in the same kind of, you're a guy that can do voices. You can do this. You can do that. Some of these jobs are odd.
Yeah. Well, if you use the keyword host, that'll pick up all kinds of things.
Well, yeah, they also want me to go to, I could be, there's a sushi restaurant. They wanted to know if I wanted to be the host.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, I don't like raw food that much. And no, I don't want to stand at a podium. But what I will do is talk to you about the employed, maybe crazy, definitely wealthy and well known. And that is Steve MZ. Steve MZ, let me tell you right now, there's a few things going on. I'm looking at deaths, and Jeff, we're kind of clear there. There's a couple people passed away, but they're not of note. And I know that sounds horrible, but there was a plane crash with a musician. There was something else, but these are people that are just in other countries.
Oh, I saw something about like a Latin singer.
A Latin singer.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm bad not to mention that, but I'm not.
No.
I'm all things America, and sometimes bad things happen to great comics. Now, my kids are going through the Home Alone phase. We're through it now, but for a while we watched Home Alone 1, 2, and 3, going to the funny parts where the bad guys get it.
Mm-hmm. So you'll be doing that every Christmas for the next few years, I can imagine.
That's what I do. I mean, seriously. But it's funny. I still laugh. But one of the Home Alone stars, Daniel Stern, which I think is fantastic. He's the one that they dropped the spider on, and he's like,
Oh yeah, and he was the voice in the Wonder Years.
Oh.
Have you know the narrator in the show The Wonder Years?
I didn't know.
City Slickers.
Oh yeah,
And he's A-list.
no, he's A-list. He's A-list 100%. Now he's being prosecuted for prostitution.
He's a John.
No, not him. He was ordering and got involved in a bust.
Well, wait, was he ordering that's what a John is, someone who's ordering
Oh,
a
I
prostitute.
thought it was a guy. I thought it was a guy that has sex with girls, like that's his living.
That's like a gigolo. No, a John is the opposite. A John is the customer of said prostitute. So
How did I not know that?
I don't know, because you never had to pay for sex.
I
Am
didn't.
right?
Yeah, I didn't. But I worked with people that did, and it was embarrassing. I'm like, what? You actually called a girl to your house you've never met, that showed up to have sex, that could have had sex 3 times that day. I was like, but then again, I won't even get into massage parlors. No, it was in California, and his rep basically said Ventura County attorney says that, yeah, our Home Alone star basically got issued a citation last month for allegedly, we always got to say that, trying to hire an escort from a hotel.
Yeah, solicitation. I guess
So she
is
was
the charge.
fake. She was a cop.
Oh, an undercover prostitute. Are they still? I thought that was like a harmless crime that they gave up on.
I
don't
know.
Once Clinton's sexuality became about with Monica Lewinsky and all this funny stuff.
Well,
he
third
was
base
doing.
isn't sex.
I know, but still, it just seems like that kind of died down.
I don't agree with that. That is sex. But here's what they did. Because it's California and you go light, they gave him a ticket.
Yeah. Okay.
They did not arrest him, but he has to appear in court for the charges.
It's embarrassing. It's more of embarrassing than anything serious.
Yeah, but is it really embarrassing? You figure these guys do it. He's an older guy. I don't want to bash him, but check him out right there on TMZ.
I still say he could go to the local tavern and say, hey, I'm Daniel Stern, and pick up a girl. I don't see how it would be that hard for him.
Just say, hey, has anybody seen Home Alone?
Yeah.
Just walk in and own it.
Well, think about Heidi Fleiss and that whole scandal 30 years ago. So it's definitely a thing.
And then you find out Charlie Sheen dated her. Somebody dates Heidi, whatever. Then there's also a mugshot. There's a child star for Disney that got himself in trouble. Child porn arrest.
Well, now you're getting into
A whole nother, I say throw the book at the gentleman. You can't work for Disney and do those things. But you know what? Even the famous, you wonder why people do what they do. Sometimes there's an issue. I coach young people in baseball and basketball. The basketball gym, I don't ever go in when there's 10 kids in there. I'm always at the door yelling for mine or saying, guys, settle down, and I keep a leg out where you can see me. And I had to go ahead and take all the paperwork. They had to make sure I wasn't a bad guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had
They
to do a
vetted me.
background check.
I
Yeah,
did a
for sure.
background check, and I came out shiny. Then there's dads that always come up to me. Do they know what you used to do and say 20 years ago on the radio? They don't mind if you do this. I'm like, shish. Also, in the news, I want to touch on it lightly. The world is still kind of going off, but maybe they're figuring it out. People are standing up. The Chicago police chief stood up. We now know if you interfere with a federal official or a policeman, or if you use your vehicle to block or get involved, bad things can happen. And they're saying it's on you if you involve yourself.
I agree. And the more we've talked about these protests, I feel like more and more of these people are hired
That's the thing.
to agitate.
They're being hired. They're being paid to do it. So do they really care? Are they involved? Or they just like the money and they like going off? But something's got to be bad wrong with you if you want to get paid to scream at people, be a protester, and block police.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Lastly, because this is a sad Steve MZ, Timothy Busfield. Does the name ring a bell?
Yes, He's
got red hair.
30-something. He was one of the original nerds in Revenge of the Nerds.
He was in Revenge of the Nerds.
I think his name was Poindexter.
Poindexter. Yes, the feds have gotten involved in his child sex abuse case.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. Yeah,
and you recognize him.
Yeah, he was in 30-something.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of things.
Yeah, if you look right there, it's just like you can kind of see him. And we could put these pictures up, but I'm doing it on the fly right now. But yeah,
like child porn or what? Child abuse?
Guess who his wife is? Melissa Gilbert.
Oh, yeah.
Of Little House on the Prairie. He's just accused of sexually abusing underage boys who were child actors on The Cleaning Lady. So I guess The Cleaning Lady was a film, and he directed the show. And there's an investigation over things that took place in November of 2024.
Yeah, I think that's a recent series, I guess.
Yeah, so don't know if that's true. You never know if somebody's got a money grab. Either way, if it's even close to true, it's depressing, it's sick. Can't we all just be a little bit of normal?
All right, speaking of normal, let's get into some politictainment and see if what's going on normal out there. Nothing.
Polydictainment.
So today, the Supreme Court is going to hear two cases about men playing in women's sports. I cannot believe this is going to the Supreme Court.
So men playing in women's sports is going to be decided if that's legal.
Yeah, because some states said, hey, that is not legal. You can't have biological men competing in women's sports. This is to protect women.
Georgia says no.
Says they can't.
Yeah.
So that's what didn't even get that far. But in some of these states, they actually had to put a ban. And now the Supreme Court is going to hear these cases today on whether or not, the states can ban men from women's sports. I can't believe this is something the Supreme Court is having to hear.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the founding fathers when they started the Supreme Court would imagine, in 250 years, there's going to be, they're going to have to hear cases on whether or not men and women are the same.
Yeah. Now, the cool thing is founding fathers, truth be told, other than those that were hair challenged and bald who wore wigs for sure, some people wore wigs anyway. But wasn't it great back then? We had it figured out. Men and women had the same length of hair. Men just wore the ponytails and the wife, so they had it down. And as a long hair guy, I think that's kind of cool. But I can tell you, for me, this is stupid. I'm trying to think of a nicer word. I was like, it's stupidity. It's dumb as hell. I can't believe we're talking about it. I can't believe it's okay. Anybody thinks it's okay. If you're born a guy, you're born a girl, a guy still has advantages. And we heard it from the biggest now guy girl there is, and that is the former decathlon winner. If Bruce Jenner says, hey, there is no way I'm allowed to compete, and it's not because he's a conservative, it's just he always wanted to be a girl. He's been wearing women's clothes. It was always the thing. He always felt
identified, and that's what they're saying. If you identify, you should be able to compete in women's
No.
sports, which is no, because you're physically stronger, bigger, et cetera, et cetera.
Bruce Jenner said there's no way a woman could beat me at golf.
Yeah.
No way. You take your best woman.
Well, actually, golf is not a good example.
Yeah, but he's talking about where he drives it from. He's like, he should not have the advantage to hit it from the red tees.
Okay.
He's like, I hit it. I can crush the ball. I don't need to be on the red tees.
Right.
And any other sport, a guy that won the decathlon, I'd take it from him that men and women are equal on the playing field of business, not sport.
No. So the Supreme Court is hearing this today. A decision is likely by the end of June. Why does it take so long for them to?
It's going to take a while.
Why is it going to take a while?
They're old.
They should finish this by 5 o'clock today.
No, they're old. They got to take their time. You got to rethink it, talk it. Everybody gets to say their say, right? I can't understand. If you were good enough to be the best of the best and be a Supreme Court justice, you know.
Can't they work faster?
Yeah, driving to the courthouse, you know the answer to this.
Yeah. We're going to get Skipper on the phone, our one of our new sports guys.
That's right. We got 3 sports guys, and it's guys that we've run across in our life Jeff Bogus has been with Jeff and I for 2 years with fantasyfootballempire.com. The guy's brilliant. I checked in with him last night about the Steeler game. That's what I call it, because I love the Steelers. But my wife's from Houston, Texas. So, hey, maybe we had both teams in our heart. But I was like, who do you think? Who do you think? Some people are really good at this. But Scooter right now is at work. Skipper, yeah. God, Skipper has a day job. He works for Regal Nissan Service, a proud sponsor of the Yeah Come On show. And right now they got a special. Go in, say, yeah, come on. Synthetic oil change. You're going to get $26 off because it's 2026. And if you're just doing regular service, go to Skipper. He's the service manager. Say, yeah, come on. You're going to get a discount for listening to this fine program or watching it. And Miguel is there too. And that's my guy. But right now on the phone with sports, Skipper. Go ahead, buddy.
This morning.
I'm doing good, man. We've been talking, and I know that you know all sports, no matter what I bring up. And that's why this is kind of fun. But first off, we'll go with the Falcons. Obviously, big decisions were made. We talked about it with Jack Sugar, our sports guy that was on yesterday, my brother-in-law, and it's a no-brainer. Raheem is loved, but he had to go. You're 40% at best winning. But now we're looking at new coaches. I want to know what you think of possibilities of coaches for the Falcons, because I think a certain Baltimore coach is looking for a gig.
Yeah, came out there's John Harbaugh,
Yeah.
Super Bowl winning coach. Jackson won the MVP, so he's got a lot of ability throughout the league. People want him. Like the Falcons, one of between them and the New York Giants.
Yeah, can you go? Are you in?
Let me call. I got to call him back.
You got to call him back. This is our fault on our end. You're in and out, so we're going to call you back. Hold those possibilities right for a second.
Yeah.
We're just calling back live.
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
He's got to reconnect. It's our digital board. Isn't always 100%, but
I love a good digital board. I want it hardwired in. Hardwire it.
That sounds cleaner.
Does it? I'm here. Skipper?
I'm here. Are you here?
Here we go.
It sounds a lot cleaner.
Yeah. So it's got to reset every now and then.
Every once in a while, got to hit a reset button. All right, Harbaugh, we're going there. I don't think he knew he was getting canned when he walked Loop off the field, telling him it's going to be all right to miss the kick. That would have tied the game, put it into overtime, and possibly put the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs.
Yeah, so Harbaugh is definitely one of the top coaches available. It's definitely sounding like it's between the Falcons and the Giants are the top two leading candidates for him, the favorites, so to speak. So definitely someone we could see here in Atlanta.
Who do you like? Is there anybody? And obviously the president of football, what did you think about that post? He's in on this decision. Matt Ryan, from QB to the president of Falcon football.
So Matt Ryan, yeah, definitely. I am a big fan of Matt Ryan. I think he's a super smart guy. I think if anyone's going to come in and try to help get the Falcons back to where they should be, it's the guy that had the best run in Atlanta Falcons history. So, yeah, definitely love Matt Ryan. Honestly, I'm more into the offensive-minded coach over Harbaugh, the Clint Kubiak, son of Gary Kubiak, the offense coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks. Had one of the best offenses in the NFL this year. Also a big fan of Kevin Stefanski. No, last year wasn't great in Cleveland, but when he had Baker Mayfield, an actual quarterback on the team, they were a really good team. So both of those are two offensive-minded coaches that I'm a big fan of that can help turn around this team.
I'm going to agree with you. I like the offensive coach too. Jeff, somebody that dabbles in sports, wins at fantasy because you hire. I don't know if you're aware of this, Skipper, but Jeff hires someone to do his team, to do everything as far as the draft, deciding who plays, who doesn't plays, and Jeff is team owner, and they split the pot. What are your thoughts on that? A guy that doesn't play his own fantasy. Jeff's the only one I know that does that.
Yeah, that's kind of I don't find the fun in that. I love fantasy sports, but I like the draft. I love doing the research, pick my own team. I mean, that's what fantasy is all about, is showing that you're smarter than the other guy.
All right. Well, let's see how smart you are. We'll have time to talk about it Thursday, and we can get deeper. Jeff Bogus is going to definitely let us know, because that's what Fantasy Football Empire does. He'll be on this Friday when you look at your playoffs, but I'm just curious where your head is, Skipper. Buffalo, Denver, who wins? That's a 4:30 Eastern time game on CBS on Saturday?
So anytime you're in the Mile High, it's
Mhm.
tough up there in Denver with that air. But I am taking the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, best quarterback. It's hard to go against the best quarterback in a playoff game.
Okay. San Francisco and the Seahawks. You just talked about their offensive coordinator that obviously will be interviewing. And I agree with you. I think he's the best call for a head coach for the Falcons. I agree. I want an offensive-minded coach. That's an 8 p.m. game on Fox. What are your thoughts?
I think that San Francisco's got some major injuries. George Kittle just tore his Achilles in this last game. So I think that really favors the Seahawks. It is a rivalry game, interdivision game, third game of the season between them, but I do pick the Seahawks to take that one home.
It's funny because growing up, the San Francisco, as you remember, Jeff, they were in our division. It was San Francisco, it was the Falcons, it was the Saints, and it was the Rams.
It was Joe Montana.
Yeah, we had to go up against Joe. I'm like, yeah, that's fair. Then you look at Sunday's game, 3 o'clock. That's good odd time. I can dig it. Earlier the better for me. Texans, who we saw last night against Pittsburgh, up against the Patriots.
That one is a big game. The way the Texans defense played, you saw it last night, getting 2 touchdowns off of Aaron Rodgers, an interception and a sack fumble recovery. So the Texans have a defense that is really stout. Drake May, though, is probably going to win the MVP. So it's going to be the best against the best. MVP versus one of the best defenses in the game. I'm going to take the Patriots just slightly, getting that home field advantage.
Lastly, the Rams versus Chicago Bears. And when you talk about the LA Rams, you're looking at Matt Stafford, former UGA. A lot of people think he should be the MVP. Obviously, you're leaning more towards May with the Patriots. But who do you think wins? That's a 6:30 game. Jeff, finally they did what you and I wanted. It's 6:30 on Sunday so we can get up for Monday morning. I mean, it's better. You agree?
It's better. It should be Saturday, though.
Okay. I'm just trying. Jeff believes these games are too late, and it's just stupid. We got to start them earlier. So, hell, think about it. On the East Coast, that's a 3:30, and the other one is a noon. I mean, on the West Coast. So who wins that, Rams or Chicago? I think that's a no-brainer, but I want to hear what you think.
I'm actually taking the Rams in this one, the road team.
Me too.
They have the experience with Stafford and Sean McVay. I think Ben Johnson's done a really good job as a rookie head coach for the Bears, but I'm just going with the experience that's been there, done that.
All right, and last thing, last night, I think we saw Rodgers possibly for the last time. I put him in DraftKings. I had a hunch he was just going to do something heroic. He didn't. It was bad. It was less than 5 points, sacks, interceptions, a lot of drop passes that were thrown well. Not his fault, my opinion. A few of them should have been brought in, but not the best outing, and obviously frustrated. And he might have dropped an F-bomb, Jeff, in the press room when he was they kept asking him dumb questions, but they're asking him about Tomlin too, who's done 19 years with the Steelers. I think it's been 19, and they're like, "What are your thoughts on him?" And he's like, "Look, man, I answered the question," and he walked out. Did he walk out because he's just frustrated with stupidity because he's a smart guy, or is he just like, "I'm just done with the NFL right now, and maybe I'm done completely"? Your thoughts?
Yeah, so when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, no one knows. I think we've learned that over the last few years. He's his own character, right? But personally, I do think it's about time for him to hang up the cleats. He was great in the past, but I just think the NFL's passing by.
Yeah, he's not for
Father
running.
Time is undefeated.
Yeah, he's not for running. He's got to have some kind of speed, but he doesn't run. There was a point in time where they talked about he could have run, Jeff, for a first down for 10 yards, no problem, when he played for Green Bay. He didn't even mess with it. He's like, no. But, boy, have you ever seen anybody, a QB, get protected like him? Dude, he gets protected. I'm like, God, why didn't he do that for the late, great? Well, he's not late. He's just out of the NFL, Steve Bartkowski. God bless Steve Bartkowski. Oh, my God. All right, he's in service. He's at Holcomb Bridge and Georgia 400 right there. The most accessible, I think, dealership ever to get on and off and in. And if you drive a Nissan or an Infiniti, you need to get in to Regal Nissan, where I've been serviced and I proudly endorsed. And there's nobody better than this guy. I just got tired of hearing him talk about sports when I brought my car in. So now you're a radio star. It's Skipper in service. Ask for him. by name. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day, guys.
All right, man.
Yeah, come on.
So along with Exit Stage Left Advisors, where if you've got a small business that's been somewhat successful or very successful, but maybe you're just time to hang it up, maybe one partner wants to stay, maybe both partners or just one partner want to go, meaning you owned it by yourself. Well, here's the situation. If you've got an employee you want protected, or like a crew that's great that you want them to keep their job for a 5-year deal or something along those lines, every deal is different. But if you're ready to talk to somebody and really figure out what your business is worth, contact the show, contact me through the DMs, allow me to connect you with Exit Stage Left Advisors, or call them directly and say you heard it on the Yeah Come On show. And then David Markwell, mental illness. Is it wrong to even think about whether men should participate in women's sports? I think there's some mentally ill people. David Markwell can help work you through that, give you some perspective. It's all about relationship counseling, counseling of all kinds. It's called Ridgeline Counseling, but go to markwelltherapy.com. That's our guy, markwelltherapy.com. And from the Exit Wealth Studios, it's Southside Steve, Jeff Cole, and it's time for track 13.
Yeah, what are we going to do? We have not discussed this, so I'm going to leave this one up to you.
Oh, you left it to a good guy.
I figured
and
it's
this
about
is all
time.
unrehearsed. I thought you had it, and you think I got it. I got it.
Well, I know you have some saved. So track 13, of course, was one of our bits on our radio show where we're playing deep cuts. The songs you don't hear on the radio, sometimes a deep cut, sometimes an artist in and of themselves that you've never heard of that may have been a one-hit wonder or not. And so kind of anything goes now. In fact, management had to reel us in a little bit. We were getting a little out there with some of the songs we were playing.
It's one of the reasons we were fired.
It could be.
Tell them the other reason we were fired. I'm going to let you tell them because I'm too close to it.
Well, we were just making fun of some things that, in good fun. That's a standard radio bit, is talent, making fun of management. That's nothing new. We were just kind of doing that and having fun with it.
Tell them the third thing that nobody liked.
The Real Housewives of...
well, first it was Real Housewives of Milton.
Yeah.
Then it was Real Housewives of Georgia.
Yeah. They didn't like either one.
I thought it was a great bit.
Even though that's what put Bravo, the network, on the map. I mean, there'd be no Andy Cohen.
Thank you, Andy Cohen. Thank you. Andy Cohen loved this segment. Chloe Malas, who's on, knows Andy, and I bet you, I need to let her run that by Andy.
Yeah.
And I just want Andy on tape saying he endorsed it, and then I'm going to send that to our old boss once a week.
Okay.
Look up Stage Dolls.
Oh God, I can't even. The Doc of Rock can't even help you here. Stage Dolls.
STAGE Dolls.
This sounds like a late '80s C-level metal band. Am I right?
Spot on.
Okay. All right.
Spot on. I'm owning it.
Name. Okay.
Huh? I'm owning it. It's fun. So look up Stage Dolls. You got it?
We can't play the music, but I will put the link in the description.
Oh, that's right. Who am I kidding?
Yeah,
you can't play it. I got all confused. So I want you to go Stage Dolls, Love Cries.
Stage Dolls.
Stage Dolls.
Stage Dolls.
Like the stage you perform on, Dolls.
Okay.
And not a well-known band.
No, not a well-known band or song, and that's why it's track 13. Stage Dolls. What's the song?
Love Cries.
Love Cries on the Yeah Come On show. The link to the video is in the description. Good luck.